Welcome to another episode of Path TV. I'm your host, Ruben Quinones, and here we have co-founder, president, CEO, I'm not sure all the titles,
all of the above.
Michael Candullo, for the first time on Path TV.
It is a pleasure to be here.
First episode of 2012. This is the actual same champagne we popped last week. It's been here for a whole week.
And cool.
So happy New Year, and we wanted to run through some more digital marketing predictions. If you want to take a look at the first set of marketing predictions, you can go back to the last episode of last week's episode. Sorry, I'm a little
too much.
So go ahead.
Too much
yes,
bubbly.
Go ahead.
Too much bubbly.
How many do you have? One, two.
I got a couple. I mean,
okay.
I think that the big ones out there. You know, I'm always interested to see, you know, what Sean Parker is bringing to the table, what's coming out. I think definitely keep an eye on his new venture, Airtime, to see where that goes. You know, him and Sean Fanning are.
And for those that don't know, Sean Parker,
founder of Napster and president of Facebook,
yeah.
and really helped them grow. So he's actually got two ventures right now that I'm really watching. Spotify, which most people know and are familiar with, but this Airtime I think is going to be an interesting play. And I don't know how much it will necessarily compete against Facebook, but I think Facebook, after them going public in 2012, and we'll see how that lands in terms of valuations. I think there are some challenges. They're kind of maturing.
What is Airtime? Just for
Airtime, video chat. So you can chat with people that you don't necessarily know. So you have your friends on Facebook who you're sharing information with. This might be a vehicle where you can connect with people that over the internet via video chat, and maybe meet people that aren't necessarily your friends.
Yeah.
Sort of creepy to some extent, but sort of cool in a lot of ways, because you're now connecting and expanding to speaking with other people.
And is this built on Facebook or
separate?
Okay,
separate. So it's
another iteration of maybe chat roulette.
Well, that's I guess what we have to see how they differentiate from that.
So keep an eye on Sean Parker and his ventures. One being Airtime.
Airtime
will blow up.
And we'll see what happens. I think we want to see how it rolls out and what they do. But I'm a fan.
I'm not going to hold you to these predictions.
No, I'd like to see. I think, but as far as predictions, that's what I'm watching. But in predictions, I have 3, and I think that the.
So let me clarify, that first one was not a prediction?
No, it was just kind of, what I'm excited about heading into the year. I'm excited about a lot of things.
Yeah.
Clearly, the search space is growing, and there's so many offerings that are exciting for clients. I think Mike Stern had mentioned Foursquare, and the idea of really doing some geofencing and getting offers out there. We're excited about that for our clients. I think in terms of predictions, I think the folks at Groupon are going to be awfully upset that they didn't accept that $6 billion from Google. I think they'll be challenged to keep their valuation in the marketplace, especially barriers to entry that we've seen in that space aren't all that big.
Right.
So I think that you might see some growing pains from Groupon.
Okay, so prediction number 1. Growing pains for Groupon, maybe slow growth or not necessarily out of business, but just growing pains for the most part. Okay.
Absolutely. I think Yahoo becomes, next year is the beginning of them becoming a player again. I don't know how that really kind of falls out into the space.
Right.
I think there will be a takeover. Somebody will buy Yahoo. I think there'll be new management aboard. And I think that they have still some core assets that could be very valuable. So it'll be interesting to see who buys them. So my prediction is they will get acquired in 2012. And how do they monetize the assets and grow their business? So,
very cool. So that's a very specific prediction.
Yeah.
Yahoo gets bought out, gets acquired.
Maybe third. I don't know now if I do.
Now you need to say what. Just go. Play it safe. Just say Facebook's going to hit 1 billion users.
See, and
this is a quaint.
I don't know if I'm counter to a lot of things, but I actually think that Facebook will face some challenges in 2012. I think it's going to be
So
tougher.
this is going to be a
tougher.
pessimistic 2012.
Well, no, I think it's going to be actually optimistic because there's going to be a lot of new offerings out there for people to really kind of play and really get what they want. So
you're actually not off. I mean, the U.S. actually had declined percentage-wise one of these months in 2012 as far as growth. You know, they're more trying to reach out to internationally, so that's actually not.
I think
not far off.
I think that's the third one. I think Facebook's going to be very challenged to keep their base of users, especially if they go public. You know, their goals and their needs will also somewhat be dictated by investors, which is not always a very good thing.
Very nice. All right, so some solid, specific predictions, and thank you for coming on. I appreciate
Pleasure.
it. Happy New Year, and
Yes.
have a successful 2012. We look forward to doing more of this, and tune in every week on Fridays. Have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you next time. Take care.
Thank you.